Hey, welcome back to ChatGPT to improve your classroom practice. We are going to go and hone results, in this case, add context. So we talked about at the very end of the last video, adding context to this. So what we need to do is go into the studio and go and get the context. I'm going to go and pause the video so that I can go and preload everything, and so you're not watching me do this. I'll explain in a second. So what we're going to do is just go up through the chat so far and show you what's happened so far. So this is the results, and then asked it for 5 pointers, and we said that it just needed a little bit of context to get a better picture as to those more challenging areas. So I think you need to give more context where this lesson sits within the project. It sounds like a great idea. Let's upload it. So I'm going to give you a series of transcripts from video tutorials that the children in this class had already gone through. There are 10 mini tutorials or thereabouts. I will paste them in, and all I want you to tell me, all I want you to do is tell me with the words read and understood after each one. And this is a sort of an important kind of little trick, because ChatGPT, when you paste something into it, it has this predisposed sort of programmed idea that you want this wordy response no matter what. And you can tell it to say stop. You can say, you know, all I want is this response, and it just saves you an awful lot of time. So here's the first bit, read and understood. Second, third, read and understood. Fourth, fifth, read and understood. So all the way through to the sort of longer parts of the tutorials, read and understood. So what I want to do now is, just with the context, I wanted to use the PDF, and I want to utilize the sort of memory within this chat. So I'm just going to pause this and then just type out the prompt that I'm going to need, and then I'll be right back. So here it just said, based on the analysis above with the pages from the walkthroughs, reevaluate the 5 pointers reasoning, a new response to what the teacher can improve upon, as well as a revised set of improvements that the teacher could implement in the next lesson for us to evaluate again. And then beyond this, what I'm going to do is just ask it to sort of give me a rubric and give me a score that then I can go and compare and contrast later on. So here we've got enhancing dual coding, which is a fair point. Original observation, utilization of real-time visual aids, revised improvement to strengthen understanding through dual coding. The teacher could integrate more dynamic visuals that change in real time as he explains the concept. Okay. For instance, while discussing 3D models techniques like rotation or alignment, live demonstrations on the screen can be synchronized with verbal instructions, possibly through screen capture tools that highlight actions. And that's a fair point. That's not actually a bad idea. Original observation, regular check-ins for understanding. Now, this could be the actual format of the video. We can sort of revise the video, as well as what was talked about at the CPL, where we are able to sort of mic up multiple children, or even an entire class of children, and gather the entire class's response to real-time questioning, and sort of pausing the lesson, asking probing questions, and giving the students probing questions within, say, a Google Doc, and then within certain tables, the students are able to then transcribe using the microphones directly into the document, which would be extremely powerful. Scaffolding, fair point. These points that we had to go through, the levels that had to go through, everybody has to go through these, or else Tinkercad doesn't really work. However, the scaffolding does come from peer-to-peer support. So that's not defensive, but it is a point that's happened. This can be particularly effective in a lesson focused on constructing intricate models, exactly, where each step involves several sub-steps that could be overlooked by novices. Correct. So use of exemplars. So there are exemplars in there. So when we go looking at the models themselves, you can actually see that these are the models that the students are actually working on. And so you can see what Alina is working on within these. And so they're making these Roman domes, and there are models and exemplars going along. But again, it is down to GPT not actually being able to see the video or read the video just like we do with its eyes. So feedback loops, and then giving constructive feedback, which is more or less what we're doing within the lessons. But that is a fair point based on the parameters. What I want to do now is just take a look at where we want to go. So these are the outcomes, explicit connection to previous lessons. So it's kind of gone down a different route in this example. So it's asking to talk about previous steps, which is the focus on Barrett Rosenshine's steps for principles of instruction. So he has 17 steps within his principles of instruction, and what we'll do is go and focus on that and bring it back to Rosenshine. So in the next video we'll go and do that, and then we'll ask it for a rubric as well to turn this into some usable data. Okay, see you in the next one.